I wasn't really a white belt when I was a white belt. Like when I started jiu-jitsu, I had already had a lot of experience no-gi. I had already fought mixed martial arts, so like they knew immediately when they put the white belt on me and I showed up in the gi and started rolling. They were like, "Wait a minute, this fucking guy's not a white belt."
Oh, so Ian was one of those guys.
He was.
I had no choice.
Joe Sergeant walks in and he's like, "Is anybody up?" I'm like, "Everybody's sleeping. There's one guy in the bathroom." He's like, "Come with me." I'm like, "All right, cool." So we walk to the bathroom, like he's like real quiet. He's like, "We're gonna sneak up on him and shit." So he's in the stall. He thinks he's taking a shit. Kicks open the door. Boom! Guy's jerking off. He's like, we stood there. We're like, oh. He's like, carry on. Close the door. Please tell everybody again how they find the foundation, how they apply for the foundation, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so just go to wedefyfoundation.org. On there, you'll click around. You can see athletes. You'll see their scholarship window. There'll be some info, give you the criteria. So you'll apply through there. So yeah, we watched Band of Brothers before we deployed to Iraq. Cause I got like a new team, all young kids. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna watch this shit.
Did you see? Did you see the new one, Warfare, yet?
No, I've been like I said, but lately. Dude, I haven't had time to watch. So I got like a bucket list.
That was stressful for me, and I never even went to war. So I'm like, oh my god, like from what I heard from people like talking about like Jocko Willink and shit, they said that they really did a good job of recreating the Battle of Ramadi, and I'm like, oh fuck,
that's crazy.
I told my buddy Ronnie because he was a 2-tour duty Marine. I was like, you probably shouldn't watch that, man. It's a good movie, but you should probably never see it.
Yeah. There's just some
He's
things.
Like, really? I'm like, yeah, right.
That when they're done right, they really hit your feels. Like, and I mean, like, you know what it was? I think for Band of Brothers was the interviews. Where they had like interviews, like
the real guys that were there,
and you hear them talking about it, and then they go into it, and you're like, "Fuck, you guys really lived like hell on earth for a short period of time." It's like when you really take yourself out of the picture, like we're here, we're in Florida, you know, we all have our own things, but like life is fairly good.
But like, what a different time! Like today, it's like you're 19 years old. It's like I need a safe space. I got yelled at. Like, back then, it's like. You're 17 years old. It's like, welcome to France, motherfucker.
I love it because it's like they show, like, for people that served, you know, it's like you like a family.
Yes.
You like a dysfunctional family.
Yes.
But a family.
And without even looking at the specifics of the uniform, you look at overall, like they tell that story well.
Yes.
And people that have never served won't understand.
Yeah.
You look at that and you'll be like, man, it's like a family, but it's like a dysfunction. Like,
you
know, like that cousin and that uncle's a dick. And,
yeah.
You know, it's perfectly written and, you know.
Yeah, they shit on each other, but when shit hit the fan, they were there for each other.
Yeah.
And I love how, like, when they're over there and you're in the shit, it's like all the other stuff, like religious differences, race, all that shit, it gets put on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because you got a job to do and you're under, like, extreme stress. Yeah. Like, you have a common enemy.
You know
so it don't matter.
You know, it's funny, too, like, when you are in a jiu-jitsu gym, and I'm sure it's the same for other brands of martial arts, there's kind of a similar vibe to the camaraderie that happens when you're in the service. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you got people from different denominations, people from different financial backgrounds, different races, creeds, all that shit. And like, we all kind of like, we get along, we're polite, we shit on each other a little, smack each other around a little, hug at the end of the day and walk away. And it's kind of a similar vibe.
Yeah, it is always an odd group of people. It's like, oh, everyone from jiu-jitsu is going to dinner. You're like, this is a group of people that would not get together otherwise, except for, oh, they go to jiu-jitsu. That's what's happening.
Yeah. I always thought it was wild that, like, over there, like, everything worked, everything flowed, and then like when they came back to the country, that's when reality set in.
Yeah,
it's like I can't imagine being a Tuskegee Airman. Like you're this like badass pilot, and you're there, you know, fighting the Germans and everything, and then you come back. You may even have like a medal.
Yes,
but like you can't sit in the front of the bus. It's like what?
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like wait a minute. Like 6 weeks ago, I was just a hero, like a literal hero, and now I come back here and this bitch ass lady can tell me to move my seat. What the fuck?
Jet.
Right. I shot down 6 Germans. Like what? I shot down the Luftwaffe, and you're gonna tell me I cannot fucking sit here? Excuse me. Wait a minute. Pause.
So before we get too deep, let's give some introductions here.
Oh, we're deep.
Yeah, we're deep.
We're deep, bro.
So Eddie, cue the music. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom Podcast with your host, Nelson.
I'm Ian, I guess.
Ed, and our very special guest today, please introduce yourself.
Andres.
All right.
Andres, welcome.
Yes,
welcome.
yes. And we say that sincerely. Like, we're like, welcome.
Welcome.
You know what I mean? Like,
as in welcome.
We want you here.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and the foundation that you represent.
Sure, man. So I'm Andres. As you guys know, I train at Theros. Met most of you guys there.
Yep.
I'm an Iraqi combat veteran.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
you know, through the school, Theros, right through Kelly. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
I would have probably never knew anything about this foundation.
Right.
You know, from my time after getting out, you know, I know about Wounded Warrior Project, Team Red, White, and Blue, all these different organizations that are out there. But, you know, I never know. And Kelly one day came up to me and said, "Hey, check this out." I'm like, "What's this?" We Defy. I'm like, no clue.
Yeah.
And I started reading into it more and more. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is great." So,
Right.
So We Defy Foundation is a veteran organization, right, a nonprofit, and what they do is they kind of promote jujitsu as a therapeutic relief for combat veterans.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So what they do is they'll go and they're based out of McKinney, Texas, and they'll try to fundraise to be able to provide combat veterans annual scholarships for jujitsu
Yeah.
at one of their approved schools. So Kelly, through the process, got approved, and then that's kind of how I learned more about it.
Very
And I
nice.
started digging more and more and more into it. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is like,
Nice. So where would people go to qualify for this foundation?
so you got to go to the WeDefyFoundation.org, go to their website. They'll read all this, you know, you have to be combat veteran, you have to be disabled, certain percent, and then you have to watch for when the scholarship windows open up.
Right.
And it's almost like you have to be there and refresh.
Yeah.
Like anything.
They'll go quick.
Like anything.
They'll go quick. I know I was in Colombia on vacation because I had missed the Veterans Day one when Kelly told me about it. I'm like, oh, I missed it. Closed. I'm like snoozing. But I was there in January. I'm like early in the morning.
Yeah.
I need this, right? And I got in, right?
Nice.
So there's a process. You got to put in some paperwork, document proof, and then you also have to give them like a minute or two spiel about why do you deserve this scholarship,
Sure.
right?
Nice.
So they definitely don't take it lightly because
Yeah.
a lot of people get, you know, a little timid. Oh, just paperwork, I'm gonna get it. No, they want to see you. They want to hear you.
Yeah.
What
They
are you
wanna
gonna
hear
get
your
out of
experience.
this?
I guess they want to know who they're helping out, and they want to make sure also probably that it's legitimate, that this is, you know, wounded veteran that served, and you know they want to provide a service for people, but in this day and age, there's so many faking people out there,
Yes,
so like you got to double check.
Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. you
So
know?
when you get the scholarship, how long does the scholarship last for?
So it's an annual scholarship. It's good for 1 year. It gets, you know, the combat vet into jiu-jitsu for the year and gets them through that, and then
Awesome.
you know after that, you know the.
So you're basically like a sponsor.
So I'm actually,
representative.
I got awarded a scholarship.
Very nice.
Oh, nice.
It's great. And then for me, I'm like, well, this ain't enough.
Right.
I'm not gonna just sit here, take the scholarship and just. So I kind of bullied my way into getting an ambassador. Right. I'm like this is not enough for me. Like
Nice.
they have an ambassador program. Like
Nice.
yo, what can I do more to help you guys? Like this is not like I didn't hear about this. I'm sure nobody else knows about it.
No, you're the first person to tell me about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so unless they're in jiu-jitsu, unless, you know, so I'm like, I got to spread the word. So I already got two other buddies of mine. They already got into the, as athletes, right? Scholarships.
Nice.
So now it's time to kind of try to help fundraise as we got Memorial Day coming up and, you know, they have every year, throughout the year, you can fundraise and get stuff.
Nice.
I wonder if Shay knows anything about this, because there's a bunch of schools up in Pennsylvania where I'm from, particularly York, Pennsylvania. You know, it's just outside like Gettysburg where that battle was fought. I wonder if we could talk to Shay and maybe get something going.
Yeah, I think it's a
Like
good idea to spread the word.
His team up there, Zero, is pretty big.
Yeah.
It's a pretty actually big gym. So.
Yeah, I think they got like 900 approved gyms or something.
Oh wow!
Across the nation.
That's freaking
That's
awesome.
pretty dope.
So you can actually go like on their website and see what gyms and stuff are on there.
Or in
Right.
your area.
Okay.
Yeah, approved
Nice.
areas, yeah.
That's really nice. So as far as the fundraising is concerned, is it all based through the website that you go to the We Defy website and people can donate there? Or do you do local fundraising as well?
Right.
How does that work?
So they'll have local fundraisers. Like right now, I'm trying to help Theros get set up for their first Memorial Day fundraiser.
Nice.
And then you'll see online. A lot of people now using Instagram, social media. They'll get fundraisers set up. And then through that fundraiser, through that QR code or whatever, they'll just donate and raise funds, and then that'll go to the foundation.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Not only we'll air this for our next podcast, but I'm sure we could put together like a clip so that during the time of the fundraiser, we can help promote it in our little way. I mean, look, we just tell jokes and we shit on people.
Essentially, yeah.
That's basically what we like to do. Is we like to have fun. We figured like the podcast that we do, we invite people on, we talk and we have fun and we laugh because there's so much going on in the world. Like, it's nice to just kind of escape.
There's plenty of people that take time to learn the serious things, to have a educated opinion on it.
Yes.
We'll let them deal with that.
Yeah. Because we dabble in the uneducated opinions.
Yeah, we have a lot of them.
Yes, we do. We do.
There has been times where we're like, I'm not sure about that, but we'll stick with it. I'm not even going to look it up. I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, we're gonna run with it. And like, it's funny because like when you listen to the podcast individually, you're like, God damn, these guys are pretty messed up. But if you listen as a whole, it's like, oh, we just take time to pick on everyone individually. So we spread the love. You know what I mean? And we laugh at ourselves too, because you have to. And it's all in good fun. So this was a nice change because when I brought it up to the guys, they were gung-ho about this. We're like, this is a really cool opportunity to help the community, especially of veterans and the jiu-jitsu community.
I actually know 2 jiu-jitsu schools in New York that are funded with We Defy.
Awesome.
Oh,
that's
nice.
great.
Young in Jiu-Jitsu and my buddy George McGinnis at York Jiu-Jitsu. So.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks. I'm going to talk to Mike Oberdicto at Zero BJJ, see if we can get him on board.
Yeah, there you go. But
Guilt
do
them
they
into
teach BJJ or is it just Zero BJJ when you go in there?
It's called Zero BJJ, but it's actually a really big team. I know when I went up there when Shea got his black belt and like I watched the promotion, I was like, holy shit, are they like getting promoted in a mall? And like, no, it's their gym. I was like, oh my god, like,
There's swans in the background.
It's fucking huge. Like, I mean, you could literally
claps and doves.
dude, you could have like 30 matches going at once.
Is
on their
that
mat.
Celine
Like,
Dion?
It's wild. It's wild. Shit's like Henzo Gracie in New York. I'm like, this place is huge. What the
Did
hell?
they fly in Celine Dion in the background to sing for their promotion?
They had her sing for the promotion.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Good stuff.
Just before you got here, actually, we were talking about like, so there's a couple of different foundations that do different things, and there's some places because you guys know I go to Disney and Universal Studios a lot. There's an actual like military-based hotel, Field of Greens or Shades of Green.
Shades of
Green.
Right.
That
The Field of Greens is a salad place. But.
Yeah, it's the same to me, right? It's all green. It's all green.
Yeah.
And we were laughing because the way that they have it is it's set up like all the people that work there are military, and you could tell because you could tell a military person by the way, like you walk in, they're like they're very, very stern, they give you that smile and shit.
Haircuts,
But the floors are based on like Navy, Air Force, Army, Marines. Right, and then like on the roof, Coast Guard. You know what I mean? Like that's how they do their shit. Like even in the garage, I'm like, make sure we're parked in the Air Force, right? Because we had Cassidy do it. Because one of the things that they do is whether you're active or a veteran, they give you different discounts to get into the parks and things. And then based off of your rank is how much you'll actually pay to get into these parks for you and your family. Like they'll do like a week pass or something like that.
Are they still fucking with each other in the hotel? Like they're like pranking
Oh
each other
yeah.
floors?
Oh yeah, listen.
That's anywhere you go, bro.
Yeah. It's a part of the culture.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I find like, because you're a nurse.
Yeah.
And
A male nurse too.
yes, a male nurse.
That's important.
We had
Do
to
you
be
milk-
specific.
Do you milk cats? Do you milk cats?
I try. It's not always easy.
They do have nipples.
They do have nipples. They do.
They do have nipples.
He's a male nurse? What? Okay.
That's right. I am. I pretend to be.
When you're around dark things, when you're around like hard times, like when you're a combat veteran or a nurse and you see these things, people may find it strange, but you find a way to laugh. You find a way to joke about dark things
I tell
to get through your day.
I tell jokes sometimes where like even like the doctor or somebody in the room will turn and go, God damn, man. But that's how I get through it. Like it's a sad situation. Everybody around us, we're feeling sad. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna at least try to make everybody laugh.
Of course, you're not feeling sad.
No.
This is normal.
No. Well, I feel it, but like my way of getting it out is just to be like, I'm gonna say something really fucked up right now, and I'm either gonna make people laugh and forget about this temporary thing, or I'm gonna lose my fucking job.
But it is a mechanism that does work. Having a sense of humor about things when you're having a hard time does help. That's why I think foundations like this are really important. Like, because if you find yourself outside of a community dealing with things by yourself,
it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder.
A lot harder.
So having a community like the jiu-jitsu community, like people genuinely care about each other. Like you'll find your group within your group when you're in the gym.
Yeah.
And people check on each other like, bro, I haven't seen you in a week. Get the fuck back to the gym. You know what I mean? Like, but they mean it in a loving way, you know, and we check on each other and we look out for each other. We talk to each other in between beating each other up. Yeah. And I think that it's important that foundations like this exist to help people out along the way.
Yeah.
You know? And what about you? Like any personal experiences from the jiu-jitsu gym that you think would translate for other veterans if they're kind of like on the fence, like, should I try it? Should I not?
Man, just don't give it no thought. Go try it, man. I mean, I used to listen to like Jocko's podcast. Right? Yeah. And I grew up martial arts, never study, but always follow and watch karate. I got a military jiu-jitsu. Like, is that a dog? What is that? Right? You got a jiu-jitsu. I got a shih tzu. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just go do it. You know, I started kind of late, at 46, right? I'm like, the other day I read the quote is like, I'll never be any younger than where I'm at today. Right. Let me just go do it.
Today's the youngest you'll ever be.
Today's the youngest I'll ever be. Let me just go do it. And the key thing is following the right gym.
Right.
Because every gym will have its culture. Every gym has its,
Yeah. Agreed.
So I got
some gyms are rougher to get into.
Yeah. That too, right?
Yeah. It's find a gym that works for your personality type.
Correct. Yeah.
Find a gym that is aligned with your goals. Because you can find a gym that's a competition gym, and you're going to deal with like murderer's row.
Yeah.
Right. Every single.
Yeah. You're never going to get in that situation where you're like, hey, let's roll light. No, what the fuck?
Is that?
There's gyms out there that don't do that.
Yeah.
They're like,
and if you could find a gym that works with you, your pace, and you find like a good group of people to work with, try out a gym once or twice, and then go for it. But I agree.
Yeah. And it's not the higher belts either. The black belts are often the safest roles. They take care of you. But like when you go to like a competition gym and you got some like fucking purple belt that's twitching and like all he does is compete and like drink Monster Energy, you're like, oh fuck, like you're on, man. And he's like looking at you because he knows he's gonna pick you next. You're like, oh please God.
Yeah, they're in the
my joints are hurting. My joints are hurting, and I'm not even rolling with him yet.
They're in the bathroom in between rounds shooting. Steroids. Let's go. Yeah. Like, bro, is that your third cup of creatine? Yeah. What's going on here?
The guy's like, he's snorting Monster. Snorting Monster.
I actually test drove. I think I did 3 gyms in the area. So I'm like, can I do this? I don't know. And then you have your murderers roll like, nah, not for me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go compete. I'm just trying to dull my edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sharp all the time. And then, ran into Theros, and when I got in there, like, all right, this is home right here. Bro.
It's a cool vibe in there.
Yeah, it is. And it's important that the teacher, like Professor Kelly, keeps the gym that way.
Right.
Because the people that are going there are there for that reason. Like there are plenty of, like she has high technical teaching. Yeah. Like if you want to compete, you can. You're going to learn. You're going to become a really good, proficient jiu-jitsu practitioner. But you can also go in there and have a good time.
Yeah. One of my big selling points on it, the reason I started going, was how comfortable my girlfriend was. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend came in there, and like we had done the same thing. We had gone to a couple different places, and because she was like, let's get into jiu-jitsu. So I took her to a couple different places up in Wellington. Mm-hmm. And then when we went down to see Kelly, she loved it. Like the girls and everything in there, she was like, I really like coming here. And I was like, okay, fine, fucking join. Yeah. Because I remember I was blue belts with Kelly. Like I remember, it was good to see her again.
Yeah.
She messages me every week. Hope I see you this week.
Yeah,
You will. I'm coming.
It's a long journey. It is like, And jiu-jitsu, just like any other sports endeavor that you encounter and you take on, it's going to have its ups and downs. And I think that's a good thing because we're all going to be dealing with different types of adversity. So when you put yourself in a place where the learning is a little difficult, but it's fun, it's engaging, you could go in there and for like 2 hours, I forget everything. I take my phone, I shut it off, I put it in my bag, and I'm just training.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to have that kind of an outlet in a world that's always like right
go,
now,
go,
right
go,
now,
go,
right
go.
now, right now. You know, so to be able to disengage.
Well, you put everything right here, and like constantly you got that going off, and it's just you can't really get away from it now.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like back in the day where you could just shut the laptop for a while and the emails stopped. Like no, it's like the emails fucking follow you.
And then you get mad. Right? Like, I work for a job, I'm not going to say any names, where they'll text me while I'm driving. I'll see a text come in. I'm like, I'm driving. I'm not looking at it. Then I hear the email sound. Ding! I'm like, same motherfucker.
Yeah.
30 seconds later, the phone call. Hey, I text you. I email you. Didn't respond. I'm like, it's only been a minute.
Yeah. Right.
Like, what is that serious? What's my password for Netflix?
Holy shit.
Hey, that's very important, bro.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
What's my password for Netflix?
It is important when you still have Amazon Hulu, Disney Plus, cable box. You know, try one of those other motherfuckers for 5 minutes. See if that works.
Yeah, it's important, man, to disengage, right? And that's a good outlet. Like at least for me, I try to go 2 days a week, and I double up on classes just to get more out.
Yeah,
I can't do 3 or 4 or 5 days.
You get as much. So, everybody's thing is different. Everybody's thing is different. Because everyone spends different amount of times at different levels. I know I spent like 6 months at white belt. But I spent 7.5 years at blue belt.
Right.
So it's like give or take.
Yeah.
So it's like. I wasn't really a white belt when I was a white belt. Like when I started jiu-jitsu, I had already had a lot of experience no-gi. I had already fought mixed martial arts, so like they knew immediately when they put the white belt on me and I showed up in the gi and started rolling. They were like, "Wait a minute, this fucking guy's not a white belt."
Oh, so Ian was one of those guys.
He was.
I had no choice.
It finally comes out.
I had no fucking choice.
He had the Steven Seagal ponytail, right?
No, did not have long hair.
Hair greased back. He had the beads around his neck.
But I
can see it now.
I just walked onto the mat. They had to put a white belt on me. I can't promote myself. Fair enough. I was like,
So you were that white belt that come in and had his own stretching routine, right? Because that's how you could tell a white belt is not a white belt. When the new guy comes in, you're like, oh, here's the new guy. And he's in the corner doing like a 15-minute stretching routine. I'm like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing.
I roll with
the fuck out of here.
I roll with my buddy Tim, who was a brown belt, and he was smaller, a real small guy, and I Kimura locked him.
Yes.
And everybody like in the room kind of like looked over like, what the fuck? Did that white belt just Kimura lock that brown belt? And like they were like, what the fuck? But then like the next round, Tim like pressured me or whatever. And I remember I was telling a story, and this one guy, he was a blue belt. I forget his fucking name. It was like Chris or Cody or something. This is years ago. I was 21, 20.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris.
Well,
or Cody.
I was telling a story about how at Naga, New Jersey in Wildwood, I competed against Frankie Edgar and lost on points. And the one dude in the gym was like, what the hell did he say? He said something along the lines of, "Yeah, I had a dream when I competed against Frankie Edgar, but then I woke up." And I was like, motherfucker, just talk shit. Like, say that I was bullshit. And so I was like, I'm going to roll with him today. And like I rolled with him. I remember I choked the fucking shit out of that guy. I was like, all right, I was a white belt and I knew how bad it was going to sting. And I was just like,
you just choking him. You're like, is this the same
I was
as
putting
Frankie
my thumb
Edgar?
like under his neck and moving his Adam's up. I was like, fuck you. I was like, man, fuck this guy. But we were friends later. But I remember he didn't even know me. He's like, well, I'm gonna dream I competed. Like, this motherfucker. I was like, okay. I was like, put me in with him. Like, fuck that dude.
Though, like if you heard somebody say the same shit in the gym, I'd probably say something stupid too.
Well, it was like,
I'm like, yeah, me and Chuck Liddell, we just had coffee.
I did not say.
It's cool, that's cool. Yeah,
I did not say I beat him. He fucking beat me 15-2. Like it wasn't fucking competitive. But I competed. I was a body. I was a human body that he threw around for a while. And I remember thinking, this motherfucker. Like, all right.
Well, how do you feel about like these high level competitors that are also like actors? Like, what's the name of Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy,
right? Like, if you were to, like, you kind of be a little starstruck, right? I
would be.
I would, right? Like, if you're like, all right, now you're going against Tom Hardy, I'm like, oh my God. And by the time you got over it, he's choking you. He's like, I'm Venom, right? Like,
listen,
the other head comes out.
Yeah. I have respect for guys that compete that are actors. Like,
yeah.
There's people that like train, like Jonah Hill and who's the singer, Demi Lovato.
Yeah, well, they don't
compete.
They never go anywhere outside of like their 2 coaches. They don't even do like open roles now.
So they might be getting private lessons.
Yeah,
so you don't know how legit their shit is.
Right. But I did see Jonah. He was saying like he would go to normal classes, but then he's like, everybody wanted the story of choking me out. So like he's not welcomed almost. So where it's like everyone's just trying to like, oh, there's actor boy. Let me murder him. Let me put it on him for at least 1 round to get a story.
What he doesn't realize is that's part of it.
Yeah, that's
fucking part of it.
That is everybody's beginning except you're not famous.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like 30 videos floating out around there of me getting choked out, arm barred, leg locked, wrist locked. I'm sure there are.
So that's why I had respect for Tom Hardy, because 1, he competes and wins.
Yes.
And then 2, the late great Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
He would not only train as he traveled, he would find a gym and drop it and train, but he would compete on the road.
Yes.
Like he would show up in like whatever Atlanta, and there'd be a jiu-jitsu tournament that weekend. He would enter.
Nice.
Wow. And he was really good too. He won a couple masters divisions.
So do you think every now and again like he would compete and like compete against like somebody who owned a restaurant and then just go on his show and be like, yeah, their steak is shit?
Maybe. Joe Rogan,
that guy choked me out.
Joe said he was good. Joe Rogan said he was good. Joe Rogan was like, Anthony Bourdain could roll. Like he was tall, gangly, like weirdly strong. Like so,
I could see it. Like anybody who would like go to like a foreign country, like in a back alley, and like sit down and eat with their hands. And
he chain smoked. Fucking chain smoked. He's a former heroin addict. Like, dude, that dude was probably unstoppable on the mat.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
I bet like he would like smoke a cigarette in the bullpen. Just like, they're like, sir, you can't smoke here. You know who the fuck I am?
Dude,
put this out. Put it on yourself.
I used to roll with my boy Jesse Dobson, and I don't know if he listens, but he trains up in New York at Zero. And this dude was a former addict. And he came from so much adversity. Like, this dude lived on Mountain Dew and cookie pizza. But he was fucking shredded, and he was always my worst roll. He was the hardest fucking person in the room to roll with.
Yes.
And I never understood it. And then, like, we would go out and watch the fights, and it was like everybody else is drinking beer and eating wings. He's fucking eating a cookie. Like, I'm talking, he would order a cookie dessert pizza.
Nice.
Eat the whole fucking thing. I'm talking 2,000 plus calories, all sugar, and he would order Mountain Dew. He would never drink. And he would show up to UFC parties and crack open warm Mountain Dew 6-pack, and he'd be like, nah, man, I'm good. And he would and like, when I first saw that, I was like, that motherfucker's a serial killer. Like, what the fuck? And he explained it to me. He's like, Ian, I think I've destroyed my body so much with drugs over the years. He's like, that I have to live on processed shit. And I was like, you might be onto something, but I'm not gonna critique you because you look great. Like, he's fucking shredded. But I was like, dude, whatever, man. Like, if
it worked for you, right?
If you're loop choking me and you're fucking eating cookie pizza, I can't talk shit. I can't.
I didn't get those chromosomes. I'm trying to eat fruit every day, and my fucking 6-pack is fucking hiding.
Bro,
I need to go on that diet.
This dude was shredded. He was shredded, and he would just chug Mountain Dew. I'm like, how do you not have like one kidney stone like this big? Like, I don't understand how he did it, but he did it. He did it. Covered in tattoos too, and his tattoos would be like a mural of horror movies. It'd be like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers. I'm like, dude. So it was scary. It was scary to roll with him.
Let me ask you a question, right? When I was in basic training, when we were doing hand-to-hand combat, they would make us pick up dirt from the floor and like throw it in each other's faces. We'd have to like spit on each other and slap each other legitimately before we started training. Like, this was like every day. They're like, all right, you're done with your PT. Now we're going to do some hand-to-hand combat training. They're like, pick up that dirt, throw it in his face. I'm like, what? Throw it in his face. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty funny. And then they throw it in your face. Hey, that's not funny. That's not so funny at all. Do you have any experience like that when you were training your combat training, hand-to-hand, or anything like that when you were in the service?
No, so you were infantry, right?
Infantry, yes.
Combat arms. You guys are hardcore taught to kill. And
yeah.
You wake up, kill. You sleep, you kill. Right?
What makes the grass grow? Blood. Blood makes the grass grow. Why is the sky blue? Because God loves the infantry.
That's right.
Nice.
Nice. We had to say that every fucking morning.
So I got lucky because I chose combat support.
Ooh, nice.
I was a comms guy, right?
Nice.
He didn't have to throw dirt in people's face.
That's right. I like
he's
dirt.
watching from the van. Yeah. He's like, you see these guys?
They're fucking throwing dirt in his face.
I'm over there peeling potatoes. You guys are doing what? Shit. I'm making y'all lunch.
Yeah. You're throwing fucking dirt at each other?
But I mean,
what
like,
is this?
You know, basic training is you just want to throw dirt. You just want to go at it with everybody, right? You're just kind of mad. You know, I was a young 18-year-old punk kid from Chicago. I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
Nobody tell me shit. You know, I'm badass. And then you meet guys from Timbuktu, Louisiana, and all over the place. And people never heard you speak Spanish. You're like, it's crazy. It's like wild times, right? So it's like every day you want to just
go at it, bro. I know.
It's like, hey, bathroom.
Yep.
When everybody's sleeping.
I met guys who were like, I've never seen a minority outside of the TV.
Oh.
Like when they meet you in person. So like when they met me, I'm the only Puerto Rican they've ever met in real life. So I'm thinking to myself, man, this is a huge responsibility.
Setting the bar so low.
Set some standards here, buddy.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of my story. No, but you think to yourself, like, man, I am what they're going to take with them for the rest of their life as what a Puerto Rican is to them.
Yeah.
And like, so at first I try to like, you know, hey, I'm a cool guy. I'm nice. I'm helping. And I'm like, your racist shit needs to stop. We gonna fight. Exactly. Like, yo, like we got off this weekend. We're going to meet somewhere. We're going. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you go right there, drill sergeant catch you. Everybody's fucked.
Oh, everybody's fucked.
So you wait till everybody sleep. CQ, this is going down tonight. Keep an eye.
Yep. In the shower. In the shower.
Everybody sleep, but some going down.
Some going down. Yep. The only person that can rat you out is Night Watch. And they're sitting in a desk in the front of the room, and they don't give a fuck.
And they knock you out, they a snitch, and they label for the next You just signed the contract, baby.
One time, though, I was night guard duty, right? And Joe Sargent walks in, and he's like, is anybody up? I'm like, everybody's sleeping. There's one guy in the bathroom. He's like, come with me. I'm like, all right, cool. So we walk to the bathroom, like he's like real quiet. He's like, we're gonna sneak up on him and shit. So he's in the stall. He thinks he's taking a shit. Kicks open the door. Boom! Guy's jerking off. He's like, we stood there. We're like, he's like, carry on. Close the door. He's like, he didn't say anything to me. He just walked the fuck out. He's like,
poor guy.
Scarred for the rest of your life.
Poor guy.
Could have been worse, bro.
You can't make eye contact with a person like that for days.
No.
You can't.
No, you saw him jerking off. You're like,
too much.
Oh my God. God bless.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. Like my son, he joined, right? He's still in. So he went to Benning and infantry. It was crazy times. I like,
yeah, that's where I went.
I never seen a kid like him. Like, you know, it's either you're Mexican or you're black or you're white. And he's like, and he's dark complected, but he's Spanish, so they didn't know which way to go with him. I'm like,
it's but you know what? It helps you grow up quickly because same thing for me. I was like a punk kid, fresh out of high school, thought I was the shit until you get there, and then you're like, man, I have so much to learn, and like. The lessons you learn are like kicks in the nuts. You know, like they don't come like, oh, baby, oh, come here, let daddy hold you. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. I'm going to take you into the woodline and beat that ass.
If you got time to complain, it didn't hurt.
Yeah. You didn't learn that lesson enough.
Let me teach you again.
So how many years did you serve?
I did 10 and a half, bro.
Oh, shit.
10 and a half. I was, from the day I went in, you know, I was stayed deployed, bro. I think I did like 5 tours. Bosnia back then was kicked off when I went in. Bosnia, a couple tours, Kosovo, and then obviously Iraq kicked off. So
right.
Did a couple of those to the sand, and I think it was between my first Iraq and second Iraq. Came to Florida. Like, I like this sand a little better. You know, I met this woman. You know, at the time, you know, my wife were just friends, and started dating. And I'm like, man, maybe this is my new calling, bro. You know, maybe this uniform I have to, you know, find something else. And sure enough, I always joke and say, man, you ruined my career, lady. We could have been retired, but no, bro, it's been a gossip. It was a plan, right? It's a different plan.
No, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, no, awesome. I think for me it was the birth of my daughter that made me not re-up. I was just like, no, I want to be there for her, you know, and that changed my life right away. Right. And I made a good decision because, like, now even my daughter serves in the Air Force. She did junior ROTC for a couple years. She's serving in the Air Force now, currently for going on her 5th year, about to graduate the Air Force Academy. So, you know, very proud of her and the choices that I made that helped her get to her path, which I'm sure, like, you know, with you and you're serving for your son to go in there and then serve in the Army as well. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a funny story. He called me the first time. He said, Dad, I want to go to the Army. I'm like, hung up on his ass. Like, this motherfucking. See, in high school, him and our other daughter. She was hardcore JROTC. He was against it. Like, no way, I'm not doing it. I'm like, whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah, right.
So we figured, all right, she's JROTC. She's gonna get out of military. He's gonna do who knows what.
Right.
And he got out. And he learned the same lessons I learned. Trying to go to school, trying to work. It's not that easy. I want to go to the Army. Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
It's like. He tells the story from his side. It'd be funny. And he calls me second time. Like, yo, Dad, like, I wanna go to the Army. I said, I ain't got time for your shit. I hung up the phone the second time, right? Yeah. I hung up the phone the second time. And I think that he just kind of sat and thought, like, oh, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
So he called me the next day, third time, and all right, like, this is serious now.
Yeah.
That one, okay, check. I'll call you back. Next day, had him at recruiter's office. Let's go. You want to go? Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
And he did it.
He did it, but he's still serving, bro.
That's what's up.
The Q course right now.
Yeah, for me it was a split decision too. Yeah. Like, I didn't think I was gonna go until my very last couple of months of school, senior year. I just started like looking around, and I'm like, there are kids that graduated when I was a freshman who still like ride bikes to the front of the school to hang out with us. I'm like, I don't want to be that. I want to do something different, and I felt like Pennsylvania, as nice as it was, I felt like I was pigeonholed. Like, I'm going to be working, and there's nothing wrong with it, but like I would have been stuck working at like Walmart or Costco or somewhere for years before I could figure my life out and try to get into a career. And I was like,
we were in a resort town.
Yeah.
So that's all that was there was
many opportunities.
You know, convenience areas for people that came down during ski season. That's all that's there. That's all that's in the town.
So I was like, I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to try something different. So I joined the service. I actually didn't go to my prom, signed up, left that night because the recruiter is like, you want to go? I'll put you up in a hotel, take you to the MEP Center in the morning.
Overnight,
and that's exactly how it went down. Came back home, had a week, and I left. They didn't want to give you any fucking chance.
No time to think out of getting in. Yeah.
No time. Sign here. All right, next, go here. Go. They keep you busy, bro. Like,
and I qualified for an 11 mic, which is like a mechanic in the service, and they needed 11 Bravo, which is infantry. So he's like, well, you know, what we really need is more infantry guys. I mean, that's where all the glory is, you know. Insert video. It's like, don't you want to go on a pontoon shooting machine guns at the enemy? Or do you want to turn this wrench and fix that car? I'm like, of course I want to shoot shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You were thinking about the glory, not the job when you get out.
Fuck me, man. And then when you get to basic training, it was Sand Hill. It was 6 months of straight.
Yeah.
So when you do vocational training, you'll do like 3 weeks where everyone is training the same thing, and then you'll leave to your vocation of choice.
Yeah.
Infantry, you stay put. And they fucking grind your ass into the dirt every fucking day.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool.
My buddy Donnie, he joined the Air Force, but he like knew he was going in knowing like he wanted to get some kind of MOS where like he would have a job when he got out.
Right. Smart.
So he went in like working on planes. So he got put on a B-1 bomber unit, and he was like just working on the B-1 the whole time he was in. And then when his 4 years were up, he got a job almost immediately for Lockheed Martin. Like, and he was in Texas. He married a beautiful Mexican girl. He's moved back to Pennsylvania. He's doing good, but he hooked himself up. Like, as soon as he got out of the Air Force, he got a 6-figure job working on planes for Lockheed. So
that's amazing. That's
I was
amazing.
like, well, congratulations, man. You did everything right. You did everything right.
It's sound advice. Like, you know, when you get into the service, to try to pick something that one you're gonna like to do. Because I did like 11 Bravo. It was harder, but I enjoyed it because I know towards the end too, when I was making the decision, am I going to stay or go? They were switching us over to like a Cav Scout unit. And I was like, wait, so I go in now with a group of trained military men and women with weapons and advanced gear, and now you want to just send me and maybe one other person to scout the enemy by ourselves? No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you might get stuck with that guy that was jerking off.
Yeah. Like, damn it, Mike, again?
Yeah, it's like completely quiet in the mountains of Afghanistan. You start hearing this like. What the fuck?
Mike, damn it, Mike.
Mike, we're surrounded.
You gave our position away, damn it.
Mike, we're fucking surrounded right now. Stop jerking off for 1 second. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. But, man, it's funny. So, in kind of going to jiu-jitsu a little bit, right? In the military, right? So like, a lot of these, experiences, kind of that camaraderie is kind of built in the military. So, like, I don't know if you still in contact one of your buddies.
I am, yeah.
From boot camp. So I unfortunately, I'm joking there, Raul. I'm talking to my it's like brother, right? So like, there are people there that I consider like family for real.
Yes.
Like family is a definition.
Yeah.
To me, it's not DNA. It's,
No.
No.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's people you related to you hate.
Yeah.
So.
Of course. Yeah. So that's kind of a big tie for me.
Christ.
Oh man, but jiu-jitsu, the camaraderie there is like a lot of things that you say, how do vets going to jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that mirror, right? There's rank structure, there's protocols, but then there's this massive camaraderie there, right? And the support structure there that like I still in touch with my buddy. We were stuck together for the first freaking 4 years.
Yeah.
And at first I couldn't stand this guy, bro. He was from California. He's a little bit older, not too much. I'm from Chicago, punk ass kid, and we wanted to beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. We get stuck at boot camp together, and we end up having the same job. So then we go to vocational training together, right? I'm like, all right, great. After this, peace, dude, right? Fuck no, we get stuck going to Germany together for the first 3 years. I'm like, I can't shake this guy. Fuck it, bro.
We might as well be friends.
Might as well be friends, bro. So
but no, I think that's a great thing. Yeah, there are people that when I went to basic training and I served my time, that I kept as friends over the years that I still keep in contact with from time to time on social media. But like when my daughter wanted to get into the academy, which is a different way of going. Like there's non-commissioned officers and commissioned officers. Like commissioned officers are like the highly educated, they make the plans, they do all this shit.
They graduate as a lieutenant.
Yeah. Like, they tell me what to do. Right? You know what I mean? Like guys like us, we're in the dirt, we're in the shit. And so when she wanted to join the service, I reached out to these people. And without hesitation, everybody's reaching out to people they know to be like, I'm like, how does she get into an academy? Because I didn't know nothing about it. And what are the steps? And who does she need to know? And what does she need to do? And man, these people get back to you.
It helps who you know.
Quickly. Yeah.
It really does.
With other contacts of people that they knew and they served with. And then all of a sudden, you have this whole group trying to help you achieve a goal for your daughter.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a beautiful thing. That's what I do tell my daughter, and I'm sure you probably tell your son the same thing. The people you meet along the way are going to be people that you're going to keep in your life for the rest of your life. And those are going to be the people that help open doors for you when you're done in the service.
I remember when I was testing with the NSA. I was like in the room, like in Fort Meade, Maryland, and like I'm surrounded by all these people. I'm like looking at the guy, and he's like, what'd you do? He's like, I was an Army Ranger. Well, fuck. I was like, what do you do? He's like, I was Marine Recon. I'm like, oh. They're like, what about you? I was like, my brother-in-law works here.
That's the best.
I remember in my interview, I'm in my fucking suit and everything, and I just passed the one interview round. The guy goes, he goes, how do you feel? You feel like you're doing good? I was like, yeah. He's like, you think it helps it? The CO is your brother-in-law? I was like, it might. I mean, I hope so.
You know, you were Will Smith in Men in Black.
Oh, I was. I literally fucking was.
Best of the best of the best.
Best of the best. No, I was, yeah. But what's fucked up is we were out there testing on the field, physical fitness, and every time someone would fail, the moment they would fail, this fucking van drove out onto the field.
Pull them out.
They got in the van. The van drove. It drove out onto the field. Like onto the field. They got in the van. That van drove away. And I remember everybody's running. Everybody's working out. We're all like, "Don't get in that fucking van." I don't know what they do. It was like, we are on an NSA base. Do not get in that van. We probably sterilize you.
It's a pile of bodies out back. Yeah, they don't want to be in a pile.
Bro, I saw a dog. I saw a dog on that base. I don't know what the fuck kind of dog that was. To this day, I don't know what that was.
That's probably.
I don't know if that was a cane corso. I don't know what the fuck.
That's probably the same kind of dog that they keep in the Russian prisons to
Bro.
keep the inmates in line.
I still to this day have not figured out what breed that was. They look like some shit from that Chinese Hulk movie.
Yeah,
they had fucking delts. I was like, what the fuck is that? And the guy's walking it on like a chain. I'm like, what the fuck is he walking? Like it's a shaved it's a grizzly bear with alopecia. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sure, that was a dog man?
I don't know. It could have been one of the guys they took off the field. I'm like, don't get in that van.
Don't get in the van.
Don't get in that fucking van.
We had something similar like that in the service where like when people. Like, it's one thing if you get injured. It's one thing if, we called them broke dicks. Right? Because when they couldn't muster up and they couldn't finish it, and they just wanted to go home. It's like, it's a broke dick. And what's fucked up is, like, to get into your barracks, there's like 4 floors of barracks. There's a desk that they keep there, right? And, like, that checked people in and out. When you were a broke dick, you had to sit at the desk, right? Before they sent you home. So you're there for like a week and everybody's like, dick, broke dick, broke dick, broke dick, broke dick. Like, so for like a week, like, I don't think you ever lived that down. Like, you can't go home with like your head held high. Like, what happened? I couldn't finish it. That's cool.
No, you broke dick.
Yeah. You hear the words broke or dick, like, you just want to fall on the floor. Yeah. Fetal position and just cry for an hour.
It's like a Full Metal Jacket, your Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So, to end the podcast, please tell everybody again how they find the foundation, how they apply for the foundation, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so just go to wedefyfoundation.org. On there, you'll click around. You can see athletes. You'll see their scholarship window. There'll be some info, give you the criteria. So you apply through there, and then for fundraising, just kind of a lot of gyms are doing it through the socials, right? Yeah. They're posting their little QR codes. So that's kind of how they fundraise for people who just want to help fundraise and stuff.
Very nice.
But it's great. I mean, I'm looking forward to get a little deeper. As time opens, get a little more into this ambassadorship role I kind of signed up for and kind of just promote these guys because it's a badass thing that they're doing. It's great. Like I said, I need that, bro, right? Jiu-jitsu definitely. I haven't even read like a lot of the medical stuff. It helps. The therapeutic stuff. It helps, man, 100%, right? Yeah. If I don't get my weekend or a day in, I'm missing.
You feel
like,
it.
Oh, give me. Man, I gotta go.
That's right.
Yeah, any of these programs, for a military, because you're asking them to do an impossible job, and then they come home. Anything to get them reacclimated,
right?
Back into normal society, as it's said, because you see a lot of it, unfortunately, where people fall through the cracks. And that should never happen.
No, shouldn't. Absolutely. And I think programs like this they're really important. And jiu-jitsu is its own form of therapy, right? It is. Like, it has a lot of things that a person can use as a tool to help them through their day-to-day routine, whatever you're going through. And we all go through things. So it's good to have a place and a safe outlet in order to adjust and find your way. So thank you for coming on the podcast.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
We really loved having you here.
Yeah.
And take it away, Eddie.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom Podcast. And Ian still sucks.
Nelson's a broke dick.
God damn it! You never called me that again.
Inside secret, baby. You stole inside secret. They're gonna use it all the time on you.
Hold up, broke dick.
Damn! I thought I had the upper hand.
You gave it away, bro.
That's why I love them.
Family.
Yeah,
family, no matter how dysfunctional.
Absolutely. Oh, good shit, guys.
You're screwed now, bro.
This next one's called the Broke Dick Suite.